I'm about to shut down every single coaching offer that I operate for, the ones that have generated me over $1.5 million in sales and pay my bills month over month. And this is why I'm doing it and why I think you should too. Info products are dying. Not slowly, not silently. Honestly, it's already happened right in front of our eyes and no one has truly seen it yet. And if you don't see what's about to come, you're gonna get left behind while the market changes and a small percentage of pioneers make generational wealth from the new blue ocean. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down why trust in the coaching industry is at an all-time low and why it's not coming back. I'm also gonna break down the new blue ocean industry that's replacing it and the exact 3-step system that I'm using to pivot my entire business. This is the biggest shift since high-ticket coaching took over courses in 2019, so don't get left behind. This is the death of info products as we know it. The big guys like TJR, Iman Gadzhi, they're already catching on, they're changing things slightly, but as I said, trust is at an all-time low. Every single person scrolling, they've been burned, okay? They've seen gurus on Instagram, YouTube, X. They've bought a coaching program, potentially, one that promised $10,000 a month, and then all they were given was some templated PDFs in a dead Discord that they paid $5,000 for. Or maybe they got invited into a Slack, they got 2 group calls, and then that was the end of it. Overall, the market is saturated. There are 10,000 people teaching the exact same thing that you're trying to teach: how to start a coaching business, how to scale to 10K a month, how to build a personal brand, whatever your niche may be. What you have to understand is your personal brand is no longer special enough to cut through the noise anymore. I don't care how good your content is. I don't care how many testimonials you have. The market simply does not trust you or anyone else at this point. So, as it stands, trust in the coaching industry, RIP, 2020 to 2026. Because we now have AI, okay? And a lot of people think this isn't true. It depends on your prompting. But ChatGPT or Claude can give people 80% of what your $3,000 course teaches them for free. They just have to know where to extract the information and everything. So they have no point to believe you anymore. They can get a lot of this information for free. Not everyone, but there's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of gurus that claim they make money doing X, but the only money they make is from courses. That's where the executionware revolution comes in. It's not coaching, it's not courses, and it's not SaaS. This is something completely unique, and I've named it executionware. The definition that I'm putting on this is a high-ticket AI tool that performs the service for the user with a course and a community to help them monetize it. So the product has 2 main parts, okay? It has the AI tool, which I consider to be the engine of the vehicle, and then you have the course, the coaching, and the community, which is the support system. It's the gas of the vehicle. Without the engine, you can't go anywhere, but if you have no gas in the tank, you can't even start the car. So they work in harmony to get you to your desired result. Now, you guys know the traditional info products. You sell knowledge, you have to implement the students have to implement it themselves. 95% of them fail. Maybe that's a little over dramatic, but a lot of them fail. And there's low LTV, low trust, high chargebacks and refunds. Now, with this new genre of executionware products, you sell a tool that does the work for them. They still get education and support, so they have a clear roadmap, and up to 70 to 80% of them can succeed because they have an entire working vehicle with the engine, the gas, and the support system behind it. Now, just so you guys know, I'm not making this up or creating this out of thin air. Brez, who I'm sure you know, he has made over $10 million selling his coaching offer. And they are completely killing the ERT, which is his offer, and launching AI Advertiser, which is a software that runs and optimizes meta ads for the user while keeping some of the coaching and course aspects so that customers get the engine and the support system needed to actually succeed. When you compare info products versus executionware products side by side, the difference is clear as day. For info products, you rely on your face and your personal brand, while executionware products are optimized for cold traffic, much higher ceilings, but they'll also convert good for warm. It's hard to scale into cold traffic because people have to know you and trust you to buy a product if it's strictly coaching. There's a low success rate, which means low LTV, less chances to ascend, higher churn rates, so you're just not getting a ton of LTV. Whereas with executionware, you have higher success rates, which means more opportunities to ascend, less churn, and just higher ceilings for each customer. Thousands of identical offers, okay? I don't care what niche you're in, whether it be business, fitness, whatever it may be, you're competing with thousands of people that sell the same coaching as you, that teach the same thing. And it's also hard to exit because everything is attached to you. Imagine trying to hand someone a business that's attached to your personal brand and your coaching methods. Now, with Executionware, you own a product that no one else is selling because you've developed a custom AI product, a tool that does something no one else can say that they can do. And it's easy to exit or sell because at its core it is a software company. This is something that's not attached to a public face, a personal brand. It's attached to the AI itself. So as you can see, a side-by-side comparison shows you how much better the Executionware products are. But let's go deeper into each one of these categories. Now, relying on a software, not your face, is one of the biggest things. With coaching, you are the product. If you disappear, the product dies entirely, and so does all of your sales and monthly revenue. If people don't like your face or what you're saying, they don't buy. If you get canceled, your business is over. There's so many ways that if you fall off and your personal brand takes a hit, your income and your revenue is a direct reflection of that. With Executionware, the software is the product. So you own a business, you don't own a job. Now, because of that, it's optimized for cold traffic. Info products are really hard to sell to cold traffic, not impossible, but when you're selling someone's face and their personal brand, it's much harder to warm up a cold person to that. They don't know you, they don't trust you. It's as simple as that. Higher success rate equals higher LTV because we have chances to ascend, chances to cross-sell, less churn. Info products, they have a success rate of probably 5 to 10%. Now it does depend on what you're teaching, on the industry. It can be a lot higher than this. But overall, most people buy, they consume maybe 10, 25% of the content, and they never implement a thing. So they churn, they refund, and they leave bad reviews. Whereas Executionware products can have up to a 60, 70, maybe even 80% success rate. You own a unique product, so you stand out. You're not in a field of 1,000 other competitors selling the exact same coaching, the exact same structure as you. And because of that, you're going to be in a blue ocean of your own, right? There are 10,000 people selling coaching programs on the same topics, but there's only one person selling your specific AI tool that you may be able to develop. You own the IP, you own the software. It is your offer and your business that you can eventually exit and sell for multiple millions if you scale this to 6 figures plus a month. Now, try selling a coaching business. Hey, do you want to buy my offer where I teach people how to scale their brands and businesses using my personal brand? No one's buying that, okay? They don't know you. They don't know who you are. It's going to take months of trust building, content in their system, in their feed to build that trust. I mean, think about it. With your coaching business that you run right now, think about trying to sell it. Is that even possible? Hey, do you want to buy my offer where I teach people how to scale their business using my personal brand? No one's going to buy that because the second they acquire it, the monthly revenue is going to go back down to zero automatically. No one's going to buy that, okay? It's as simple as that. But a software company with recurring revenue, low churn, a proven market product fit, that's a 6 to 8 multiple exit, which like I said, you'd be looking at multiple millions if you're scaling to 6 figures a month plus. Now, there's a very simple 3-step Executionware system for you to develop your own product, and this is what it looks like. So this is how you're going to ideate and build your own product. Question 1, what service do you currently sell or could you sell? Okay, so that's the first thing you have to ask yourself. Is it running meta ads? Is it scripting sales copy, designing landing page, cold email outreach? Obviously, anyone watching this is in a different niche, but you need to identify that first and then think, can AI automate 70 to 80% of that service? If yes, and again, get creative here. Think about different ways that you can outsource things. It doesn't need to be the entire business, but if you can automate some of it and give people a product of that, then you have an Executionware product idea on your hands. Now, the third question to ask yourself is, what is the gap between the AI output and the final result? So, for example, let's say you're a copywriter. The service could be writing VSL scripts. The AI tool in this case could be an AI-powered VSL script generator. And you just give it the offer, the audience, the proof, and it gives you a proven VSL template and script. Now the gap here is obviously, how do we refine the script? How do we test it, optimize it based on data, and improve it over time? Now that would be where the coaching comes in, and that part of the product. This is your executionware product based on these 3 questions. You're going to have an AI tool that generates 80% of the VSL script in 5 minutes. You're going to have a course that teaches them how to refine, test, and optimize that script, and a community with weekly Q&As, script reviews, feedbacks, and obviously there would be a client acquisition part as well, where you teach people how to get clients, and then you have this engine for them to have the results once they land 1 or 2 clients. Now, you can easily price this at $3 to $5K one time, or even a monthly recurring, maybe $500, $1,000, whatever you want to. Now, once you have something like this set up, you're going to want to launch it well and collect a lot of revenue and cash collected up front. The way that I would recommend doing this is with a live launch event. You could go one of 2 ways. A challenge funnel, which is a 3 to 5 day event. This would be more so for if you already have something scaled out, you have a larger audience, a bigger pool of funds that you want to put towards paid ads to promote it, and it would be more of a process, but the upside is higher. Now, for most of you people watching that have maybe 10 to 30K a month in recurring revenue for your coaching business, the webinar route is what you're going to want to take. A 60 to 90 minute webinar, show the problem, demo the tool live. This is the biggest thing. It's going to make you stand out from the info product webinars, and then you're going to sell at the end. Okay, so if you do the money math, 200 to 500 people attend, you convert 5 to 10% at 3 to 5K ticket price, you're looking at $30,000 to $250,000 in revenue or cash collected in just a simple week from your AI software, your executionware product. From here, you would be able to scale with cold traffic and then obviously your warm traffic as well. But this is the blue ocean we're looking at here, is this cold traffic. Now, obviously why this works better than info products is because the offer is tangible, it's a tool, it's not just the information. The success rate is higher because of that, and there's going to be more testimonials, you're going to get more wins to promote, and you have a cold traffic funnel, which would be a VSL or advertorial, pre-sell the tool, demo it, and then have an application or webinar based on where you are in the sales cycle to qualify the leads, and then obviously get them on a sales call and close your high ticket offer. You could also do a self-liquidating funnel where it's $9.97 entry offer, which may just be the tool in the course. And then you can upsell them for a premium offer, whether that's done for you, private one-on-one coaching with lifetime access to the tool. That's something I'm working on building out for my new executionware products as well, is a ton of ascension options to maximize LTV and to maximize success rate. So here's what I want you to do right now with the information that I just went over. First, ask yourself the 3 questions. See if AI can replace 70 to 80% of your coaching, and if so, create an idea of what your executionware product and your AI tool can look like. You then have 2 options. You can work on building it yourself, you can find a dev, or we can talk about how I can set this up for you, completely done for you. I'll help you ideate and develop your AI tool, help make sure the offer and positioning makes sense in your market so that we have a proven product market fit. I'll then help you launch it with a live webinar event, and from there help you scale it with paid traffic. The goal here is a 6-figure launch and scaling to consistent 6-figure months after that with your executionware product. So if you want to be ahead of the market here and be one of the first people to actually launch your executionware product, book a call with me. The link is in the description. You'll be able to book a call straight one-on-one with me. We'll talk about what your current offer looks like, how we could make it into an executionware product, and a launch protocol for that as well. If you take away anything from this video, is that info products are dying. We are in a trust recession, and there's currently a blue ocean market that a couple people are going to take action on, and they're going to be the owners of the info product online coaching world for the next decade, because they're going to take the action, they're going to implement AI, which is obviously evolving, and they're going to beat out all of the old-fashioned info products. So my simple advice for you would be, no matter what you go with, don't wait until everyone else realizes this. Take action now, fix up your product, and scale it like you never have before.